He was a slave owner, although he believed in freedom and equality. This inconsistency has been harshly criticized by many, including some of his fellow founders. He believed in women's rights, but did not believe that women should have the same rights as men. He was criticized for his judgment, especially for his actions during the war between the United States and France. Thomas Jefferson was one of the most important figures in American history. He was a founding father, the third president of the United States, and the author of the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson was born in Shadwell, Virginia in 1743. He was the son of a wealthy planter and received a good education. He studied law and became a successful lawyer. Jefferson was a strong advocate for democracy and individual liberty. He believed that all people were created equal and had the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Jefferson's beliefs were challenged by many people, including some of his fellow founding fathers. They argued that slavery was necessary for the economy and that women should not have the same rights as men. Jefferson himself owned slaves, but he also believed that slavery was wrong. He tried to end slavery in Virginia, but he was unsuccessful. Despite the challenges he faced, Jefferson never gave up on his beliefs. He continued to fight for democracy and individual liberty throughout his life. Jefferson overcame criticism in a number of ways. He was a gifted writer and speaker, and he used his skills to persuade others to his point of view. He was also a skilled politician, and he was able to build alliances with people who shared his beliefs. Jefferson's most famous work, the Declaration of Independence, is a powerful statement of the principles of democracy and individual liberty. The Declaration helped to inspire the American Revolution and the creation of the United States. Jefferson also played a key role in the drafting of the United States Constitution. The Constitution enshrined the principles of democracy and individual liberty in the law of the land. Jefferson's legacy is one of challenge and triumph. He overcame criticism to become one of the most important figures in American history. His work helped to shape the United States into a nation that is committed to democracy and individual liberty. One example of how Jefferson overcame criticism is his work to end slavery in Virginia. Jefferson believed that slavery was wrong, but he also knew that it was a deeply entrenched institution in Virginia. He tried to end slavery through legislation, but he was unsuccessful. In 1776, Jefferson wrote a draft of the Virginia Declaration of Rights, which included a provision that all men were created equal and had the right to liberty. This provision was later included in the Declaration of Independence. In 1784, Jefferson proposed a plan to end slavery in the Northwest Territory, which was a large area of land that was being opened up for settlement. Jefferson's plan was defeated, but it showed that he was committed to ending slavery. In 1806, Jefferson signed a law that prohibited the importation of slaves into the United States. This was a significant step towards ending slavery, but it did not end slavery itself. Jefferson's work to end slavery was met with criticism from many people, including some of his fellow founding fathers. However, Jefferson never gave up on his belief that slavery was wrong. He continued to work to end slavery throughout his life, and his work helped to lay the foundation for the eventual abolition of slavery in the United States. Another example of how Jefferson overcame criticism is his work to promote the rights of women. Jefferson believed that women should have the same rights as men, but he faced criticism from many people, including some of his own family members. In 1776, Jefferson wrote a draft of the Declaration of Independence that included a provision that all men and women were created equal. This provision was later removed from the Declaration of Independence, but it showed that Jefferson believed in the equality of women. In 1804, Jefferson wrote a letter to his daughter Martha, in which he expressed his belief that women should have the same rights as men. Jefferson wrote that women should be able to vote, hold office, and own property. Jefferson's beliefs about the rights of women were met with criticism from many people, but he never gave up on his belief in the equality of women. His work helped to lay the foundation for the eventual fight for women's suffrage in the United States. Thomas Jefferson was a complex and contradictory figure. He was a slave owner who believed in the equality of all people. He was a man of great intellect and ability who was also capable of making mistakes. Despite his flaws, Jefferson was a visionary leader who helped to shape the United States into a nation that is committed to democracy and individual liberty. His work continues to inspire people around the world today.